Hi there. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. And we don't have a sponsor, Rilla, but we are here brought to you by DJ Event Planner. Check them out in the description of this video. Have a look at their website. Thank you, DJ Event Planner, for being one of our channel sponsors. So we got it all the way at the top of the show. That never happens. Oh. But we did it. We did it right here. So, what are we talking about tonight, guys? What's on your mind? We did music last night. It's supposed to be the music show tonight, but we actually talked music last night. So since you guys are like not talking, I'm going to throw something out there and help me with this. I have a gig that I'm doing on a Monday. It's a wedding. It's 60 people. And they're going to have, in the main room, the ceremony. They're going into another room for cocktail. Then they're coming back upstairs for dinner and having the reception up there. For a ceremony in the main room and cocktail in another room, they have a violinist. So I'm only providing audio for the officiant, a microphone, nothing else. The violinist wants to plug into my system. It's a 60-person wedding. Why does the violinist need to plug into my system?
Because they don't want to bring their own amp.
But they shouldn't have to for 60 people, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's a violin.
The sound of a violin alone will carry.
Have like a mic on it or a pickup,
Yeah,
and run through a small PA, like one of those battery-powered that you see buskers use.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Anytime an instrumentalist gets involved with a wedding and they find out there's a DJ, they like to say to the client who doesn't know any better, hey, and to save you hassle, time, and money, I'll just plug into the PA system for the microphones. And then the client goes, oh, that'd be awesome, because instead of 500, it's only 450 or 425 right. If I don't bring my own amplification.
Right.
And then they expect you to provide that. So then the client calls you and says, hey, Brian, yeah, so we just need a mic for the ceremony. We also have a violinist. They said that they normally plug into the DJ setup, and now you get to be the good guy or the bad guy. And say, oh, the system I'm bringing only has inputs for the microphones for the two of you and the officiant, and now you hang out the violinist.
That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reality is you've never worked with them before. You're probably never going to work with them again. And what's in it for you to make them succeed?
Here's the really bad part.
I would just say
betterment of the event, I'd work with them a little, but I'd kind of just be like, hey, this might be more hassle than it's worth.
Yeah, well, that's
probably consider bringing your own amp.
Well, that's it. If the sound is bad, you get blamed. If then you just pick up another strike on you. That's like, I was trying to help him out. I was trying to be the good guy.
Yeah.
But, you can't win this. That's the reality. Because if you help and it sounds bad, you lose. If you don't help and it sounds bad, you lose. If you don't help and they bring their own and it sounds bad, you lose. I don't see a way to win on this.
No.
Because even if you don't help them, everyone's going to think, oh, the DJ, I mean, how many times have you had weddings where the venue's like, we already have I did one 2 weeks ago. Venue's like, we have a microphone. Great. Going into a 715 JBL speaker on the beach with about 120 people, and the speaker sounded terrible on sound check and even worse when the ceremony started. But no one said a word. And I did all the sound in the back of the group for music. And I said to the venue, yeah, that speaker doesn't sound great. Well, we're thinking of making the DJs bring the microphones. I go, yeah, you could certainly do that. Because if I'd known it sounded like this, I would have. Because we tend to take the front of all audio, all music.
You had some input on this, Damon. You were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, if they're asking you, can a violinist plug in? You could be like, sure, but it's $150 charge.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I actually said.
He's renting my PA. Exactly. Yes. From me, not you.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this comes off the violinist. The violinist wants to plug in. It's $150 charge.
Yeah. So here's the situation. back in April, we lost our friend Rick here in town, the DJ Rick Jules, who's a good dude.
Yeah.
And he had booked this wedding, and they had paid him in advance for it, and he died. And, you know, he has no siblings or not siblings. He has no spouse or kids or anything. The money's gone. I mean, who knows where that money is? The person who's having the wedding is actually my friend Art's nephew. So I'm like, look, let me do something nice for Rick. Let me do something nice for your nephew. Let me just take care of this. I'm not going to go to any benefits. I'm not going to kick in any money for any of that, but I'll do this. And whatever he charged him for the wedding, that's my contribution to his funeral fund. So it helps out Art's cousin, Art's nephew, or whatever it is, and it helps. And ultimately, I'm doing it for Rick. So I didn't contract it or anything because I'm not charging him anything. I mean, hey, tip me out, but, you know, I just want to make sure you're taken care of. I don't want you to stress out because your DJ died. And they got a wedding planner. And the wedding planner contacts me the other day and says, yeah, the violinist wants to, know about, running through your system. And I'm like, well, I don't know why the violinist would need to do this because it's a violin and it's a 60-person ceremony. And essentially, what used to be a court room, it's an old courthouse. Well, it's in the old, you know how big a court room is. It's not huge. That's how big this is. So why do they need to plug in? It's a violin. All I'm doing is providing the microphone for the officiant. I don't know. They want to plug in. I'm like, well, can you get a speaker for him or something? I said, you know what? I have a speaker. I'd be happy to rent it to him for $150. Just either one of the arrays or, the whatever it is, the Everse 8 on a stick, with whatever cabling they need. They've got to provide that. I'm happy to do it. And then they text back and they're like, oh, well, he really wants to plug into your system. I'm like, look, I don't know what he's trying to plug into. I don't know what his auxiliary cables are, or is it a quarter inch? I don't know what he's got. He's going to have to contact me tomorrow and talk to me. If I can easily accommodate him, I will. If I can't, I'm not going to. Done. She had actually said, look, I'm going to tell him you don't have a speaker because I don't want to deal with this. I said, you do whatever you want. You're the wedding planner. Then it comes back, oh, he's supposed to plug into your system. I'm like, oh.
My system's going to be set up in the main room. If anything, like you said, there's a speaker available, but it's not free.
Speaking of text messages, I'm getting bombed right now.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The violinists, cabling-wise, they should be using like a wireless system, like a guitar pack.
Yeah, because they're going to move around and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to move around.
And it's usually just a quarter jack. It's usually just a straight instrument table.
Yeah, we're using that because I'm using the little S9 mixer. It's not like I got mad mic inputs. And I've got the mic input kind of occupied by the wireless mic. So I'm sorry, we're out of inputs. Now, technically, I could run it through one of the Evolve 30 amps. I could do that.
I would get it off completely because you're going to look like a jerk and the word's going to go out. And I know 2 of the 4 of us have said, oh, charge 150. I just think the 150 is not worth the hassle.
Well, I was going to give him a speaker to use. This is yours. Basically, this is your responsibility. You set the volume. I'm not sound checking you or anything else.
Right, but if they can't plug in or they have an issue, it falls back on you. I would just distance myself in a professional manner and say, you know what? I'm not really set up to accommodate another plugin.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's up to them to figure out how to get their sound. You're not the manager of the
It shouldn't be my problem. Yeah.
No, but then you're making it your problem. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I have not done this. I've
no.
thrown money at it.
Involved, you're making it your problem.
No. I do. But it's not worth me. I'm not calling them. How am I making it my problem? I haven't agreed to anything.
No. I realize that, but this is where you just need to end it and say, hey, I'm really sorry, I can't accommodate.
Yeah. It's
the 150 to me is not worth the hassle. If it goes south, if that speaker gets damaged, if something goes sideways, if it doesn't sound good, it falls in your lap.
Yeah.
Why take the burden of a possible issue when you don't have to? For me personally, $150 isn't worth the hassle.
we went off on this tangent, but here's my question that didn't get an answer except from Damon. And I want your opinions on it. Why would a violinist need to be amplified in a small room?
Because they
during a ceremony, not during a bunch of people talking. A ceremony when no one's talking.
Because they normally have amplification. I've never worked an event with an acoustic guitar player that didn't bring an amp. Not
really?
100 years, not once, ever. No.
Well, I've
never worked with a violinist.
By anything.
Violinists have always brought a small amplifier of some kind.
Wow. Yeah, never seen that.
I've only seen that. See, that's the difference. I've never seen them not bring it.
I've never seen violinists bring amplification. I've seen acoustic guitar players bring amplification.
Yes.
And I've worked with violinists and cello players and stuff like that, and they never bring amplification for something that small.
They'll have a small microphone on a stand with something in front of the 2 or 3 of them carrying the sound. It sounds 200 times better. It's a much better. I mean, they're trying to sell their services. I would. Why would you sit in the back and go, this will carry, don't worry, versus I know this sounds amazing because I'm amplifying it and it opens up the door for more business. They'd be foolish not to bring it. Sorry, but
no, I'm not saying they're not foolish for not bringing it. I'm just saying I haven't seen it because a few times I've worked with a trio or something like that. They never brought it. But like I said, I've always seen acoustic guitar players, they always have application.
I guess a good question to ask is, what's the issue that they can't bring a speaker of their own? Don't they do this?
They're probably being lazy.
I think they're being lazy because I'm of the understanding that they have something in the cocktail area, but they just don't want to be bothered to bring it back and forth. It's what it sounds like to me.
Right.
And I don't understand why that would even kind of be my problem.
All right, so you're providing sound for the ceremony just for the officiant?
Only, yes. Okay. No music or anything.
And the violinist is going to be playing?
Ceremony and cocktail in a remote room where they have amplification.
What are they doing for cocktail sound?
They've got something. So I don't know why they're not just using that upstairs and just bringing it down when
they don't want to move it.
Yeah.
They've got too big of an amp and they don't want to move it. Yeah, that's on them.
Possibly.
I'm with Jay. Just like, look, man, I'm bringing a small mixer. I got just enough inputs for, my microphones, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm doing this as a favor. I don't want to be over favored out.
Yeah, I just don't want to get involved.
Don't.
Why am I here? Why? No. How about not? No, I don't want anything to do with it.
You can't always be the guy that helps. I know.
I know. And when she called me, I said, look, I've got small speakers, small powered speakers. I'd be happy to rent them, but I can't give anything else out for free today. I'm already there for free. I can't add on services for free. I can't do it. I got to charge for it. So if somebody wants to pay for it, that's fine. I'll provide it. But someone's paying for it. And that's when this whole thing happens.
Money always makes us look bad.
Yeah.
Really embarrassing, but it's like people look at you as, oh, you're a DJ, you're here to make the party and have a great time. Awesome. Thanks so much for helping. I don't think I'm helping. You hired me.
Yeah.
You're paying me. I'm a professional. And this costs money because and we've had this talk. I've got a venue that looks at me because I'm set up an hour and a half early, and they don't understand. The guy, I've worked 3 times with him, and each time he's like, hey, you want to start playing some music? I'm like, I can't. I don't have the laptop set up yet. But when do you think you'll be set up? I'm like, 10 minutes before 2.
Yeah.
My contract starts at 2. Oh, I'd love to have music at 1. I'm like, okay, well, no. Well, you're already set up. I'm like, no, I'm not set up. My gear is set up. I have to go get the laptop in the car. Well, can you just bring it down and start now? I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I can't. My contract starts at 2. I'll give you 10 minutes.
Do you want to pay me?
Well, a lot of DJs will start earlier. I'm like, I'm not a lot of DJs.
No, I don't start early.
I'm not putting music on at 1 o'clock on a 2 o'clock contract. And when I've said this to clients, they're completely understanding of it. They're like, what time are you going to be there? I'm like, I try to set up 2 hours before playtime. They're like, wow, that early? I'm like, yeah. Because if anything needs to be addressed, I have 2 hours to do so before I'm responsible for the contract.
Yep.
I remember, I remember years ago, I was working for an agency that offered free early setup because sometimes people need it. So I went to this banquet hall for this company, and I set up this system, and it was really cold outside. I remember I had to go really early because here, when it gets to the sub-zero temperatures, I was driving a pickup, the gear freezes in the back of the truck, and you have to kind of let it get warmed up a little bit. Otherwise, you'll get condensation all over everything, and it's wet and it's gross. So I had to let it sit for a little while before I even set it up and open cases, and the cables fell out, things like that. Set everything up, made sure it worked. It was very early, and I disabled the system. I took the extension cords away. I took the microphones away. I took everything away. And I remember somebody coming up to me and said, "Oh, you're taking the mics away?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Well, we were going to use the mics." I'm like, "When were you planning on using the mics?" "Oh, before you started." I was like, "Well, you don't get to do that. We charge for that." "Oh, well, we thought we could just use them if it was set up early." It's like, no. You pay for that. We give you free early setup, but not free gear rental early. That's not how this works. So some people are just always looking for, a way to take advantage,
So your time starts at your start time. Whereas if you, God forbid, ran an hour playing for the bartenders and staff and something went wrong with your computer, wow. Now I'm totally out of luck because I'm in a predicament that I didn't have to be in, especially with cold gear. You got to let it warm up. It's like, this being nice. And like Jay says, you start a little bit early, whatever. But it's like, no, but I'm here for the client, not for your, for your setup team. And, I can understand they maybe want to hear something or see what you sound like. Yeah.
That's a judgment call.
Yeah.
Well,
right. But it's not comped. It's not free. It's not.
Right.
Have you guys had this one? Yeah, we need microphones and music for the ceremony, but we have a guitar player for the cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you'll start at the reception. Great, no problems. Do we end up taking an hour off for that? I'm like, no, it's the same price.
Yeah.
You're not working.
Right.
Well,
but I'm not leaving either.
Set up and I'm there.
Yeah, I'm here.
And when you explain it professionally, they always get it. It's like, I can't leave.
Right.
And let's say, and it's happened probably 45% of the time. What if your guitarist doesn't show up? Can I double charge you because I went from not working to working?
Right.
And they look at you like, well, no, they're going to be there. And 45% of the time, yeah, our guitarist can't play, didn't show up, is drunk, fill in the excuse. Oh, so you want me to do cocktail now?
Yeah.
And I tell them, you pay whether I work or don't, you pay the same thing because you ultimately may need me to work. Whether I make an announcement, whether I play cocktail music, I'm still there. I'm not going anywhere and I'm ready to work. It's the fact that you've chosen to not have me play music that's different.
Right. Well, you're charging for the outcome of the day. It's not a la carte. Like each piece doesn't add up. It's like I'm this price. This day, you've got me from 2 till 11, and we'll do whatever it takes in that span.
There was a period out here, John, where clients tried to save money and introduce live music, and I completely appreciate that. I really do. My wedding, I had strings at the church, strings for cocktail, DJ for reception. I told the DJ, you're only responsible from this time to this time.
Yeah.
So, in fact, the cocktails is downstairs in another room. You set up when you want. I need you to be able to play music starting at, I think 4:30. And it ends at 8:30. It's a 4-hour gig. Very simple. 2:00 ceremony. Over at, 3:15. Guests go over to cocktail. 4:30, we invite them upstairs. So I need you ready at 4:30. The event ends at 8:30. Cut and dry. Don't worry about 4. Don't worry about 3:30. But, if we were doing everything in the same venue, it opens up that what if the strings didn't show up?
What I have told clients before, if they have said, hey, could you start, could you play music now for whatever reason? What I have said is, sure, you've booked me for a 4-hour block or whatever it is. I can just start that 4 hours now instead of an hour from now. And then if you want me to play after that 4 hours is up, then we do the overtime pay. I've done that. And that seems to make sense to them. More than just saying no. Sure, happy to. You've got a 4 hour block. I'll just start now, and then we'll end an hour early. Unless you want me to go that extra hour, then you can pay me for it.
Yeah, no, I've said that.
And they've been cool.
Start now. Yeah. We'll just change the contract. So instead of 4 to 8, you want me to go 3 to 7.
Right. And if you need that 7 to 8, if you feel like you need it, that's fine. Pay me for it. Yeah.
I don't know why we have to do so much to make the day so special, but yet we are constantly running into, oh, we're the bad guy. Oh, we're being cheap the day of, or whatever. It's like, it's always blown my mind that for some reason we're so expendable, yet we're so important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really frustrating.
I'm not trying to nickel and dime people. I'm really not. I mean, quite frankly, if I'm DJing a wedding at my regular price and they need a little something here, a little something there, I get no problem with it. You know what?
That's a personal decision that you're open to make.
Little things. I mean, don't ask me to, jump through flaming hoops. But if you need a little something, that's fine. But if I'm doing something for you because your DJ died and you lost your DJ and all your money, don't ask me to do anything else without paying me to do it.
Well,
come on.
Yes, no.
Yes, you're right. Come on.
To what? No, you still have to approach it like I'm your DJ. You can't approach it as
I'm your DJ, but because it's not at regular price, I'm not here to do add-ons and say, yeah, sure, no problem. But I have to charge for the add-ons now.
Right. Can you understand if they viewed it as we paid $1,200 for a DJ, he died, we're sorry to hear that, but we still paid $1,200 and won our $1,200 worth.
They know better than that. They do know better than that. This is not them. This is the wedding planner and the violinist. The customer knows better than that.
When you say that, what do you mean? They know better.
The client knows better.
I know, but what do you mean? They know better. They know not to ask, or
no? They understand that I'm their uncle's friend who's coming in to help them because their DJ died and they lost their money. They understand I'm helping them.
They're almost sympathetic to what's going on.
I'm being a family friend and being a good guy. They get that.
Okay.
The wedding planner doesn't quite get this, and I have to constantly remind the wedding planner, hey, you know that.
I was called in last
minute. Yeah, that's really nice of you to do that early. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's okay.
Yeah, I'm saving the day. Don't ask me for extra things.
Yeah. What I have found
here now, leave me alone.
Well, what I have found, and I don't know if you guys have found this or not, but when it comes to wedding clients, people will ask you for things and keep asking you for things until you either say no or ask them to do something to get it. It means nothing for me to ask somebody to do something for me. Hey, can you do this for me? Sure. Hey, can you do this for me? Sure. Hey, can you do this for me? Sure. But if someone were to say, hey, could you do this thing for me? Yeah, sure. This is what I need from you. And you give them a laundry list of stuff that they need to do, maybe including some money, including some logistical things that they actually would have to get off their butt and do. They'll stop asking, or they'll say, you know what? It's not that important. Don't worry about it. I've done that a lot.
Money's the great settler.
Or hey, even responsibility.
It's $500. We don't need it that bad.
That's right. Yeah.
I always respected Drax because his attitude was you charge a fair price against your business model for everything.
Yeah.
You leave nothing to chance. Hey, do you mind starting at 2 instead of 4? Absolutely. That's fine. You're paying a fee for me to be available for you for the entire day, as long as you want, knowing that they have to end at, let's say, 11. But he didn't believe in like 4 or 5 hours. He believed in whatever you need. You want to have music when you're getting ready? You got it. I'll put it in that package.
Yeah.
You know what would look great? Lights everywhere. Let's add that in. Let's do this. Okay, I need $4,000. You're going to get everything. Well, what if we don't want lights? $4,000.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need music to start till $4,000 because you're getting everything.
It's all in. Yeah,
it's all in. Everything that I have in the truck is getting unloaded, and you're going to have the wedding of the century. And I liked that approach because there was no ability to ask for anything because everything was already there.
Right. And it's hard to dissect a part of the package to remove something. Like, can we just drop lights and take off $200? Like, it doesn't work that way. I mean, no. The number I'm not. It's,
It works the other way. Hey, you know what? $2,000. We were hoping to go around 17. Everyone spent 17. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll add in 10 lights for 2,000. Oh, that's a good deal. Thanks for giving us. Like, it's the friggin', no offense to two of you in the room, it's the friggin' I can't stand them to begin with, the car salesman mentality of like, yeah, you start to feel like everyone's getting ripped off. Like everyone's lying to each other instead of just, here's the most amazing day of your life, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can with all my experience, all my professionalism, every light I own. Check out the speakers. You're going to hear it over there in the garden, the whole 9 yards. Here's the price. Oh,
John, would you like to address this one, or should I?
It's been a long time since I had the car salesman hat on, but yeah, it's
Well, no, and I mean that meaning that most will tell you that they fear the car salesman because they feel that the car salesman knows a way to manipulate them into spending money that they don't need to spend to get what they ultimately want.
Well, that's to just verbalize it. Think to them like, we don't think we need uplights. So wouldn't it be awesome if this was lit up in purple? You'd want your family to see that, wouldn't you? And you ask the open-ended.
See, the scary part is you're doing car sales, but it's not cars. It's DJ. You are the car salesman.
Some of the stuff's essential, though. Like, you have to have something. You can't scrimp on some of the basics. Like, no, they don't know what they need until this. It's not our first rodeo. We've done 1,000 weddings, and this is maybe the first or second time they get married. Like, let me show you how this is done, and let me show you. I know you've got a coordinator and a planner and an advisor, but I've done more than the three of them added up into a single person. And say, just trust what I know and believe that I'm not going to sell you a Trojan horse or something that you're not looking for. It's
clients are clients. They want everything and they don't want to pay anything for it. So if you hold any gross, be it cars or selling your DJ service, some people are going to get butthurt by that.
That's interesting you say that. But if they find the value, if you're able to show them value in what you're providing versus, I show up, I play music, that's your day. Okay, $2,000 versus, let me explain how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
That's the value. It's being able to understand and let them know what they're purchasing. They're not just renting a sound system with a guy to push buttons for the day.
Same thing with cars. It's value.
It's value.
And then you got to look at it from your point of view as the DJ. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I do wedding receptions, so I'm primarily doing Fridays and Saturdays. These are my hot days, and you have blocked one of those times that I'm going to be doing your event. I can't do it for free. I can't do it for less than it costs me to do it. I can't sell a car for less than it costs the dealership to sell it. Although they do it sometimes just to get numbers on the board. Ultimately, that's not the goal. The goal is to, oh my God, in the car business, at least break even and move a unit. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of the same way with DJs sometimes. If you got a business plan together, you at least want to break even and fill a date. Then not do anything that day or not pay the credit card bill for the new cool Alpha Theta thing that came out today that everybody has to have, and they're going to buy 2 of them plus a really cool mixer. You at least want to do that. You may not profit, but you will pay a bill. It's not much different. And I'm not sticking up for car people because there's some slime balls out there, but there's some slime ball DJs out there too. We talk about them when the cameras are off.
Well, I think our value comes from what we can actually show others when they come to. Like we did a wedding and there was a recessed lawn, and everything's in front of us, and we're kind of up on a 1-level balcony. So we've got a single speaker, clear line of sight for the microphones, and then we weren't doing music for the ceremony. They had an acoustic guitar player that was coming in, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna just set up down there next to the bride and groom." We're like, hang on. Like, why don't you come up here on the balcony with us? You can play out of sight. We'll pump you through the one speaker, we'll give you an idea, like a fractal or something. And they said, this is going to be much cleaner, much better. You get electricity up here. We don't have to run extra cords. And like, sometimes it's what you know and just making someone else's life easier. It's like, dude, you're here for literally 35 minutes. And then he had to bounce to do some other, he had to go play with his band that night, 2 hours away. And, he's like, I don't know if I can stay for cocktail. It was one of those last minute things he got added. And like, you can bounce. Cocktail's basically in the same room we're doing the reception. We'll handle cocktail. You can go. It's just helping somebody out and just saying, we know better because we have ways to see, like, you don't want to be in the pictures next to the bridegroom. That's a bad idea. And it's that type of stuff, I think, that just generates, that's the value we were talking about before. It's showing somebody another way of, they come in without a clue. It's like, where do you want me to set up? What do you want me to do? And as the experienced people, we can guide, we can direct, and we can make a day better than it would have been if we weren't there. And I think that's our ultimate goal. So for you and the violinist, go with your gut. Do what you think is right.
I think this sounds like more trouble than it's worth, and I think I'm just going to tell this violinist, look, I don't have inputs for you because I really don't, and I don't want to sound tech you. I mean, I'm doing this, like I said, as a favor to them, and now I'm getting more work piled on me.
Well, maybe speak to him directly. Be like, dude, you go out and do this yourself.
Call or text me tomorrow, and I'm going to tell him that. It's like,
don't you bring a speaker when you go do this?
Where's your cocktail speaker? Bring it upstairs.
Right.
I'm bringing everything in as a disabled person with one arm and one good leg.
Well, that's it. I'd be thinking about the why.
Why is looking at a speaker up there?
Right. Why is this so complicated? Why are you making this?
That's different. If they were your responsibility, that's different. If you said, hey, my friend John, the violinist, would be great for this. Oh, yeah, we'd love to bring him in. Now you've started the ball rolling. And if you call John and say, hey, John, get you $200 to do this wedding? Yeah, man, I'm down. Guess what? You've now bought into his sound system. That's not the case here.
No.
You don't know this person. They're not your responsibility. They have an image and a performance that they're responsible for.
Yeah. Yep.
End of subject.
Yeah.
Like, it's on them, not you.
Yeah.
You want to make $150 renting a speaker? I get that.
They're not going to even kind of do that. So no.
But then you're also responsible for cocktail. What if they say, "Hey, great, Brian, I'd love to do that. Can you move it up to cocktail for me?" What are you going to say? 300?
Yeah.
Like, no. And I agree, Damon. But it's one of those. Why even start the ball rolling? And again, right. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we live in a social media world. You have no idea who this person is and what their reach is. Do they have the strength to ruin you? No. Do they have the strength to make you look bad? 100%. 100%. They talk to the right people at the right venues and everything else. You don't need that hassle. Why set yourself up for failure without doing anything? I just think the professional, sorry, I can't help in this, is the only possible way to go without losing face.
Maybe.
If it was your own gig, I think there might be a different approach. It might be a different.
Not your gig.
This is coverage. It's apples and oranges. If it was your own gig, it'd be like, come early. I'll show you how to hook up. If you have any questions, we'll help you work through it. But like you say, you're trying to do this and be nice.
I think Jay has never seen a violinist not be amplified. Damon has never seen a violinist amplified. I have never seen a violinist amplified. John, we
did the Boston Man event with 617, and we had a pretty hot violinist, and she had her own stuff that she brought in. And
how big was the event?
Like 1,000 people.
Well, that's different.
60 people.
Yeah, but we're playing through 6 speakers and 4 subs, big PA, and it's
right.
Well, that's different. I'll send you a video on that. That was hot.
1,000 people would be a very different thing.
Very different thing.
The last
He's walking the runway.
They hired the same violinist. He not only brought an amp, he brought a wireless setup, meaning he had a wireless mic on his violin.
Like a busker thing, yeah.
He walked around the ceremony site playing, because that's now a thing out here. He actually, during COVID, started going to houses and serenading people in their driveway, and he took that to the next level of doing it at weddings. So he became a semi-performer at these events. And the only reason I've seen people bring amplification is, like, if it's a string trio, is most events are outside. There is no resonance of sound. It just dissipates. You guys are all...
That's true.
If you're in a room with 60 people, could you hear a violin with an amp? Absolutely, you could.
When you say the violin's serenading people in their driveway, I just keep, for some reason in my head, he's just playing Linda Ronstadt long time every time he goes to somebody's driveway. I don't know why.
No, he's actually playing, believe it or not, he's playing 1,000 Years and Titanic like it's going out of
I can totally believe that.
Well, I'll give you this, too. If someone eats a potato chip in a courtroom and the judge goes, who's eating potato chips? Let me tell you, the acoustics are pretty good in the courtroom.
That's right. Yeah, who's chewing gum in here?
So, yeah, the sound's going to carry.
It comes down to your situation.
Whose phone went off?
I'm outside more than I'm inside, 100%. And in
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
We want to get sound.
That's different.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm inside.
Yeah.
90%.
Most of the world's inside most of the time. Jay just lives in
They are. I'm in a market space where we have the weather to do weddings starting in February, running through to November. So I've got 2 months where an outside wedding, if it gets at night at all, is really cold for us. But other than that, we're busy.
Laughs in 617. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a matter of you're going to be outside, and they want sound to carry. So I think that probably plays a big part of it.
Yeah, it does.
We've got about 20 minutes, and there was something else that came up that I haven't told anybody about yet. And it's a follow-up from something that happened last week that we haven't discussed, I don't believe. I think I got it. Huh?
What are secrets here?
No, not a secret. We just haven't discussed it yet. I haven't seen you. You've been busy.
I saw you last week.
No, a week before that, wasn't it?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. This happened, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. 2:30 in the morning, I get a text message. Hi, my name is Nelson. I have a wedding coming up with ceremony, cocktail, and reception. I'd love to know more about your service and pricing.
Spam.
Yeah. I went ahead and played with it a little bit. So instead of just like, oh, yeah, this is my pricing, and they say, oh, great, send a contract or whatever, I said, look, I don't know what your needs and wants are, your locations, or anything else. So we really have to have a phone conversation to try to figure this out before I can give you any kind of accurate quote. I need a scope of work. And it was radio silence for like 3 days. And then it came back, sorry, I've been really busy. And then I wait another couple of days. When can we arrange a call? Yesterday that came through. So I called the number. No answer, of course. And it was an Orange County phone number. Got a call back from the number. Very loud in the background. And this guy sounded like he was from Zimbabwe or something, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought I'd have a little fun with him. Yeah, so how much? I'm like, well, where is it? It's like Kiel. I'm like, oh, that's up north. I got to do travel charges. That's going to be about $800. And in the ceremony cocktail reception, I start at $4,000 for reception, and it's going to be another $3,000 for ceremony. All that sounds very reasonable. Please send me a contract. Of course it was spam, but I had to have a little fun with them just to see how far I could push it. Just to see how far I could push it.
Well, first of all, they're calling you at 2:30 in the morning. I mean,
they texted me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they're in Orange County, it's 11:30.
Right. Well, that's what I was thinking. And I'm also thinking, if the guy's working in the, like in some tomb somewhere with no cell service, maybe he texted earlier, and once he got out, the text went through. It happens with the kids all the time. They don't have good cell service where they live now, so I'll text them, and the text will come through several hours later. Nelson was the trigger for me. Who the hell have I ever met named Nelson? No one. Mandela. I guess there's a Nelson on The Simpsons, right? The bully on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela. And then the guy who was the convenience store owner or proprietor in the movie Shaun of the Dead's name was Nelson. And he was Middle Eastern, and he had chosen that name because nobody can say, Nabil or whatever his real name is.
Well, you got the greatest Nelson of them all is Willie.
His last name's Nelson. I've heard the last name Nelson, not a first name. It's like meeting a man named Washington.
Well, I mean, if you play sports all the time, you get called by your last name. You just get called Nelson. They don't call you by your first name.
Hi, my name is Nelson?
No, they don't call. I mean, if you play
in the text.
They don't. Yeah.
You got to go back to the 1940s to find like Nelson Eddy or something like that name doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
No one's using it.
Yeah. Nelson sounds South African. That's what it sounds like. But it could. Who knows? At any rate, it was stupid. But
it's always bad English. It's always wrong capitals.
Yeah.
But where it's changed out here is, and it happens like once every couple months, I get the, hey, we're getting married, which is a great start on a text. Hey, we're getting married. Okay. Like that seems so normal so far. And then it starts to go sideways and you're like, okay, this is a scam, but the same thing. Let me play with them a little bit.
I just was curious as to where it was going.
Well, no, but the thing is,
how are they going to try to get something out of me?
But did they get the location? Like
private residence.
They used to go, it's at a venue. And now that's changed to when you come back with, hey, where's the wedding taking place? They will give you an actual address now. And I'll Google it and be like, okay, this looks like it's a building.
Right.
Like so far, it actually looks like this could be legit. Or they'll pick up a wedding venue. And I'm like, oh, I've actually worked there. So now you get excited, like, oh, I've actually worked at your venue, blah, blah, blah. And then the big scam comes through, which out here is great. We're paying, we'd like to pay, do you accept credit cards? That's the first red flag. Do you accept credit cards? Yes. Great. We'd like to actually pay the wedding coordinator through you. So we'll pay whatever your fee is and the $1,800 for the wedding coordinator if you could agree to pay them. So in your head, you're like, oh, they're going to pay me $5,800. I just have to pay this. Like you haven't caught on yet.
Yeah.
And by the time you pay the coordinator, the $5,800 that you paid them
it's reported as a stolen credit card, and the payments reversed. Yeah.
So they reverse everything. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I know guys that have fallen for this, and you do too, but I'm not going to say their names. They're not dumb people.
Right.
It's the 60 Minutes talk they had one night in a nutshell, where they interviewed a guy and said, have you ever fallen for an online scam? And they're like, yes.
Oh, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened? Well, I had an email and blah, blah, blah. Well, how much did you spend? $100,000. You're kidding. No. And did you fall for it again? Yes, they had black paper that when they put the solution on, they turned out to be $100 bills. And I bought a bag of those. Well, how much did you spend there? $200,000. So you're out $300,000. Yes. Did you graduate high school? Yes. Did you go to college? Yes. Did you get a post-college degree? I did. What did you get? I went to medical school at Harvard.
We all have our own strengths and weaknesses.
And they said to him, like, so you're a Harvard graduated medical doctor. Yep.
It was a great endorsement for Harvard, by the way.
But not good enough. Not a good BS detector, apparently. So,
everyone has their own BS.
Yeah.
No.
Some people can do brain surgery. Some people can smell BS like a fart in a car.
No, he gave his reason. And I mean, I don't want to curtail the, like, we're all equal, because we're not. Some of us are dumb. Some of us are smart.
We're not.
And he came right out and just said, it has nothing to do with education. It's simply greed.
Yeah.
I believed this was my chance and opportunity to make millions of dollars the easy way because I had the money. And it's just, this is the reason people fall for scams.
Anybody no lesson learned either, because that was twice he got tubed on it.
No, that's what he said.
Just to be clear, has anyone in this room ever dated a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. No. The doctor I dated was dumb as shit.
Well,
she knew her stuff when it came to anything that had to do with being a doctor, but when it came to don't touch the stove, it's hot, she didn't understand that. It's just, we all have our own gifts, is what I'm trying to say.
I think that's.
I did not feel.
I genuinely think that's more rare.
I didn't.
Could it have been that she was drunk?
No.
Okay.
No.
This is not a roofie incident.
I said dated, not hooked up with one night at a bar. I said dated.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, woke up on the operating table minus the kidney.
I think greed overpowers. Look at the Bernie Madoff situation. Nobody that lost money to Bernie Madoff was stupid. They were all well-educated individuals who were smart. They were also all greedy because they wanted to believe he could get them 12 to 15% return.
And that's the key. Impossible. People
are greedy.
Believe what they wish to be true.
100%. Yeah.
Not
100%.
what is true, but what they wish to be true.
Look at the people that get cancer and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars going to Mexico to get Laetrile, or going to Zimbabwe to get this special root, or people will go to the end of the earth and claw their way through caves if they believe this will work. Mm. It's just part of humanity. I don't think it's a failing. I think it's just a reality.
I was just dying to know.
I want this so bad. Well, and you know what, Brian? I've had those spams where there's a big part of me that's like, man, I could use a wedding on that Wednesday in the middle of November when I don't have a booking that week.
I want to believe this.
And I hope this is real.
Yeah. Yeah, but lesson learned from it. So don't let this tragedy go unused. I mean, that's... Yeah, don't let a good tragedy go to waste. Isn't that what they say? Yeah. So learn from this, and don't be that guy, and don't buy in everything, because it's not all that glitters is gold.
Guys, I'm sorry. My client Nelson, I'm doing his wedding on a Thursday.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He wants.
Are you paying the venue too, or something? Yeah, something like that.
I'm actually helping paint. That's the weird part about it.
Hey, real quick, I did see Keg Dog put up, if they do give you an actual address, a physical address, call the venue and find out if they have an event booked for that day. That's a real shortcut to save you a lot of spinning wheels, unless you just have fun messing around with these scammers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, you got a thing on this date, September or whatever? Like, no, nothing. Okay.
No, the crazy part, too, is I'm trying... I don't really have any active advertising out there right now, like for ads, or I'm not a member of any groups for, like We DJ or anything like that right now. Where in the hell are they pulling my number from? It's like, I was curious. Like, okay, so knowing that I'm word of mouth, they got my name and numbers.
Yeah, how'd they find you?
Yeah, that's the weird part. And they said, Facebook referral. I thought, oh.
Let me just mention this because I think it's important. I read this recently because I don't know if you guys are suffering this as well. I get about 4 or 5 calls a day that say potential spam, and I hang up, and I still get a voicemail saying, hey, we didn't finish your application for this loan, or hey, we're still, and it's the same voice.
Hey, it's a cable company that doesn't even service your area.
Right. It's an AI thing that's just...
But here's the catch-22. I found out from someone in the article that even by me once, when you have a question mark and you go, please text me, what you're now doing is telling the bots, the whatever, that this is an active number. So in a spam situation like that, Brian, if you have an inkling, you can have fun with them, but the best course of action is to simply delete and block, because then you're not telling them you're active. If you respond with where is it, you're putting in someone else's system. This is an active phone.
They knew who I was.
Fish on the line. Yep.
They knew I was Brian and a DJ in Milwaukee. They knew this. So it's not like I was an anonymous call.
No, I'm saying, but the number now gets in a system.
Yeah.
Versus... That's what I'm to understand. That
gotcha.
Yeah,
that's a sellable number now, so they're going to sell that to 100 other spammers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, fun show, guys.
Absolutely.
And we mentioned our channel sponsor. Banner's not up. That's okay. Something happened.
Yeah, where's the banner?
So
I texted him. He didn't throw it on. So
it's all right.
Slacker.
We'll see everybody next week. We'll talk about something fun and interesting, and Jay won't complain about how new music sucks. Next week.
I won't be in a hotel next week. Yes, I will.
Well, you probably
I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the Missouri.
I think they're on Central Time.
Yes, they are. So you'll be coming at the same time I am, 9 o'clock.
Stupid. Should be East and West only. By the way, that's my own
the flyover states don't matter.
The Mississippi line.
There's nobody here. There's nobody here. Why even bother with those folks?
Please, a bunch of rednecks.